C-pillar lower panel access on a Skoda Fabia 99 to 07. The C-panel lower trim is similar on all Fabia models and stretches from the shoulder of the rear seat to a join on the rear entrance plate, and importantly can be removed separately to all other panels. I'm taking mine off to gain access to a rear jet wash pipe connection that some guys have reported coming loose. Lift up the rear seat base and pull the rear seat forward. If we look at the top next to the speaker shelf, there's a little clip that attaches on the seam, and you can unhook that by pulling it downwards and out. It's only a little gentle clip that's just enough to hold it in place. The panel fits in just behind the rubber seal, and you can initially pull it away from the top. And I found as you pulled it away further, the little button clip here should just pop off. If it's a bit stiff or you want to take it off beforehand, you can unscrew it with a flat bladed wide screwdriver. If we look underneath the panel, we can see the threaded protrusion for the button clip and two further seam clips that the panel slots into, as well as some access to the cables and pipes. A further button clip is here at the bottom, which needs to be lifted out, and I found I could do this by hand with your fingers underneath the panel. Two final clips remain at the end of the panel, which will release just by pulling upwards with a little bit of jiggling about. If we turn the panel over, we can see the top clip, the hole for the button clip along with the plastic seam slots, and the end clips, with the large white one being a female type and a small male protrusion type moulded into the panel. Removing the left hand side panel on this car gives us access to the cables going to the rear lights, tailgate and roof aerial, as well as the rear jet wash pipe, which on mine has a connection at the top here, which I'm intending to modify slightly. This pipe goes up to the top of the C-pillar and across into the tailgate by the hinge, and then down to the jet wash on the back of the window, following the cables down to the footplate. And if we pull back the carpet, we can see that all the cables and pipes go across to the other side of the car, as you can see here from the right hand side of the car. The cables and pipes loop round the footplate trim panel towards the front of the car. And on this side there's cables to the tank. And if we look up the channel, we can also see the two Bowden cables for the trunk and petrol flap running up the channel neatly just here. Returning to the rear jet wash pipe connection, I haven't myself had any problems with this one, but as it lies inside the car, if it did fail or leak, it would be inevitable to run down into the rear footwell. So I would have preferred a solid continuous run of pipe here. Why they didn't do that in the first instance, I'm not entirely sure. Someone has said it's because of ease of installation, which it may well be. Nevertheless, it is what it is. But I will say that if you've ever permanently fixed the other external connections that come off on this car, such as next to the bulkhead and down by the front wheel arch, could actually cause the C-pillar connection to come apart and leak all over the rear footwell. So I'd rather secure this interior connection, leaving only the external connections to be detached in the event of blocked or frozen pipes. I use some plastic heat sleeving over the existing joint, so I could utilise the two knuckles with some small tie wraps to make it more watertight and stop it coming apart. And here's the finished result. Just got to test it before I put everything back. That works as it should, and I'm quite happy with that, and should give a little more peace of mind. Put all the cables and pipes back in the original positions. Line up the bottom clip first with the female clip over the threaded spigot. Push that down, making sure the door seal fits over the trim panel, and you want to be doing that all the way up so as not to let any water into the car. And align the top clip into place. Then all you've got to do is push on the remaining button mushroom clips. Put the seat back and the job's done. Thank you for watching.